This is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show.
Important. And look, let me tell you something. Tua yesterday had some really good stats overall. I know he threw the bad interception, and he was trying to go for the other receiver, but he didn't put enough on it, and he thought he was going to put enough touch to go over him, but he didn't put enough mustard on that touch, and so it floated right into the player's hands, and so it was a terrible interception. It wasn't something like he was fooled or what. It was just a bad. That happens to all of us. Whenever you've played sports, if any of us have played sports, you kind of miss. Not, I can't call it mistiming, but it's kind of a you misjudge how much strength you needed to put on the throw for it to reach there, the frisbee, whatever it is that you were throwing, and it falls short. And sometimes it happens to us where you shoot a basketball, right? And when you shoot the basketball, you already know it's not going to hit the rim. And you're like, oh, God. You know, it happens to all of us in anything that we do. I don't care if you're throwing a rolled up piece of paper into a trash can. Okay? We all do it, man. And he screwed up. And I know the other one where he had to run to get the 2 yards and he ended up, throwing the incomplete. He ended up getting the first down after on the next one, so he made up for that. But we're asking that young man to make chicken salad out of chicken shit. We're asking him to carry a team that doesn't have an offensive line that can give him enough time. And he was great yesterday, making quick decisions, getting rid of the football. He was fantastic, bought himself some time sometimes and everything. I loved what he did. But there's an offensive line coach that is not great, an offensive line that isn't even serviceable, on offensive coordinators that have no kind of creativity, don't give you any kind of advantage, and then inconsistency at wide receiver all over the place. Injuries, hands, you name it. Not running the right routes like Gesicki did twice yesterday, running under the damn first down marker. All of these kind of things are out of his control. Kid played well yesterday, man. If you put him behind a real line and a running game that can scare people with, dependable receivers, and you've got a real play caller, sky's the limit. But if you don't have a real play caller, think about it. If Sean Payton was his coach, you know what I'm saying? If you got Tua and moved him over to the offense of New Orleans with that coach who makes sure to protect Drew Brees, and he would do the same thing with Tua because he has experience with this. How do you think Tua would do with Sean Payton? Huh? You think he would be winning? You think the Saints would be challenging for a playoff spot right now? Maybe even go deep into the playoffs this year if all you do is change Jameis Winston for Tua? I know. I can guarantee you that's what would happen. And we all would be saying, wow, we should have had Tua. But if you don't have the people, and look at the offensive coordinators. Come on, man. These guys aren't proven in anything. They've never run a successful offense in their lives. It's a joke. I like what he did yesterday. I thought the kid played well. It wasn't his fault that they ended up losing. He went 33 of 47, 329 yards, 2 touchdowns, an interception, outplayed Trevor Lawrence. By the way, he also outrushed Trevor Lawrence. 3 for 22 to Trevor Lawrence's 2 for 11, which I would have never guessed that point. So he wins against the quarterback in the matchup, doesn't win the game, but I can't blame him. He did everything he could to win. Get a better team around him. Get better coaches. And I bet the results would be a hell of a lot different.
This is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show.